I never should have taken that last train home. It was late, past midnight, and the station was nearly empty. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead as I stepped onto the train, the doors hissing shut behind me. The carriage was almost deserted, except for one other passenger. He sat at the far end, dressed in an old suit, his hands folded neatly on his lap. Something about him felt off. Maybe it was how still he was. How he didn't glance up when I boarded, didn't check his phone, didn't even seem to breathe. He just sat there, staring straight ahead. I took a seat a few rows away, pulling out my phone. No service. Typical underground dead zone. The train lurched forward, and I tried to shake the uneasy feeling crawling up my spine. A few stops passed. The man didn't move. He didn't get off. He didn't shift in his seat. Just silence. Then the overhead lights flickered. The air grew colder, the kind of deep, bone-chilling cold that didn't make sense in an enclosed space. My breath fogged up, and I wiped at it absently. I glanced up, then back at him. He hadn't budged. I forced myself to look away, but out of the corner of my eye, I swore I saw him move, just slightly, like a statue coming to life. I turned my head fully. He was still. The next stop came and went. Still, he sat there. I checked my reflection in the window. A shiver ran through me. His reflection wasn't there. I turned back sharply. He was looking right at me now, his head tilted slightly, like he'd been watching me this whole time. A slow, creaking sound filled the air, and my stomach knotted. The emergency intercom crackled to life with static before a distorted voice whispered, "You shouldn't be here." The train jerked, throwing me forward. I caught myself against the pole and turned back to the man, but he was gone. The doors hadn't opened. There was no way he could have left. My pulse hammered. I scrambled to the nearest exit as the train slowed to a stop. The platform was empty. The train whined as it pulled away, and I exhaled a shaky breath, trying to calm myself. Then I heard it, a whisper, right behind me. "You got off too soon." I spun around. No one was there, just a cold, empty station. But I knew I wasn't alone, because I could still hear breathing, right next to my ear. A reflection flickered in the station window. Not mine, but his grinning, before vanishing into the darkness.